Hello everyone. Hopefully having a wonderful day or night. I'm your host, I'm always the one, Neko. Um, we're going to be playing some more Dragon Age Origins. Hopefully I can get a little bit farther. We did the Magi Circle, the Fade part of the Magi Circle quest, and I think we did a bit of uh, the Red Cliff Castle. We left there to go get the Magi Circle so that way we could bring them in to help us with the child at Redcliffe Castle. If I'm remembering where we left off at. Um, that's if I'm remembering correctly.
If there's anything I can do for you.
I, kind of left my computer running a little bit to get some golden eggs. Now I should have enough money for a while. Ba, 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 ba. So we need to go to the castle now.
Indeed.
Yes.
Yes.
Blood and damnation.
Yes.
Oh, blast it.
Indeed.
With castle.
Oh, thank the Maker. We need help. They attacked the wagon. Please help us. Follow me. I'll take you to them.
Trap right ahead.
Thank you, Liliana, for letting me know there's a trap as I step in said trap.
The Grey Warden dies here.
Sounds like a fight to me. Why am I missing one of my spells? What was that spell? What's it? Wait, no. I'm not. Why can't I move? And I'm dead.
I got it. You should run while you can. Push them back. Here comes trouble. like this quick. Nature preserver. Poor bastard. I never liked this part. I tried to be merciful. Let's end this.
Now we go into bed.
Do you really wish to be beaten? Woman!
Right ahead.
Do you really wish to be beaten
That
by
could
an
have been
old
worse.
woman?
Oh, what? I rather thought I would wake up dead, or not wake up at all, as the case may be. But I see you haven't killed me yet. Of that I have no doubt. You are most skilled. If you haven't killed me, however, you must have kept me alive for some purpose, yes? It is my way, or so I am told. Let's see then. I assume you kept me alive to ask me some questions, yes? If so, let me save you time and get right to the point. My name is Zevran. Zev to my friends. I am a member of the Antivan Crows, brought here for the sole purpose of slaying any surviving Grey Wardens, which I have failed at, sadly. So would I be, in your shoes. For me, however, it sets a rather poor precedent, doesn't it? Getting captured by a target seems a tad detrimental to one's budding assassin career.
I can tell you that. They are an order of assassins out of Antiva. Very powerful and renowned for always getting the job done, so to speak. Someone went to great expense to hire this man.
Quite right. I'm surprised you haven't heard much of the Crows out here. Back where I come from, we're rather infamous. Not precisely. I was in the neighborhood when the offer came. The Crows get around, you see. Why not? I wasn't paid for silence. Not that I offered it for sale, precisely. Loyalty is an interesting concept. If you wish, and you're done interrogating me, we can discuss it further.
Very well. Ask, and thou shalt receive.
A rather taciturn fellow in the capital. Logain, I think his name was. Yes, that's it. I have no idea what his issues are with you. The usual, I imagine. You threaten his power, yes? Beyond that, no, I am not loyal to him. I was contracted to perform a service. I wasn't. If I had succeeded, I would have returned home and the Crows would have informed your Logain of the results, if he didn't already know. If I had failed, I would be dead, or I should be, at least as far as the Crows are concerned. No need to see Logain then. I wasn't paid anything. The Crows, however, were paid quite handsomely, or so I understand. Which does make me about as poor as a chantry mouse, come to think of it. Being an Antivan Crow isn't for the ambitious, to be perfectly honest. Well, aside from a distinct lack of ambition, I suppose it's because I wasn't given much of a choice. The Crows bought me young. I was a bargain, too, or so I'm led to believe. But don't let my sad story influence you. The Crows aren't so bad. They keep one well supplied. Wine, women, men, whatever you happen to fancy. Though the whole severance package is garbage, let me tell you. If you're considering joining, I'd really think twice about it. You seem like a bright girl. I'm sure you've other options. Then, unless you're quite stuck on cutting my throat or something equally gruesome, perhaps you'd care to hear a proposal. Unsuccessfully. Besides, someone in your position can't take these things so personally, can you? Well, here's the thing. I failed to kill you, so my life is forfeit. That's how it works. If you don't kill me, the crows will. Thing is, I like living. And you obviously are the sort to give the crows pause. So let me serve you instead.
One second. Alright, I'm back. I just had to take my medicine real quick.
I happen to be a very loyal person. Up until the point where someone expects me to die for failing. That's not a fault, really, is it? I mean, unless you're the sort who would do the same thing, in which case I don't come very well recommended, I suppose. To be completely honest, I was never given much of a choice regarding joining the Crows. They bought me on the slave market when I was a child. I think I paid my worth back to them plus tenfold. The only way out, however, is to sign up with someone they can't touch. Even if I did kill you now, they might just kill me on principle for failing the first time. Honestly, I'd rather take my chances with you.
Is everyone rolling to all his persuasion dice? I'm not gonna say he's succeeding, but he's also not failing. He's getting like 12s with me right now. 12 and 12 to 15. I haven't seen a nat 20 yet.
Possibly. I happen to know their wily ways, however. I can protect myself as well as you. Not that you seem to need much help. And if not, well, it's not as if I had many alternatives to start with, is it? Well, let's see. Being allowed to live would be nice, and would make me marginally more useful to you. And somewhere down the line, if you should decide that you no longer have need of me, then I go on my way. Until then, I am yours. Is that fair?
I feel like that was a nice 17 or 18.
Why? Because I am skilled at many things, from fighting to stealth and picking locks. I could also warn you should the Antivan Crows attempt something more sophisticated, now that my attempts have failed. I could also stand around and look pretty if you prefer. Warm your bed. Fend off unwanted suitors, no?
I got Liliana for that.
I like a woman who knows exactly what she wants. I really do. So, what shall it be? I'll even shine armor. You won't find a better deal, I promise. I think you're royally tough to kill, and utterly gorgeous. Not that I think you'll respond to simple flattery, but there are worse things in life than serving the whims of a deadly sex goddess.
That's a weird-ass role. The whims of a deadly sex goddess. You realize you're talking right in front of my partner, too. I just realized there's only women on my team right now.
Welcome, Zevran. Having an Antivan Crow join us sounds like a fine plan.
Oh, you are another companion to be, then? I wasn't aware such loveliness existed amongst adventurers, surely.
Or maybe not.
I hereby pledge my oath of loyalty to you until such a time as you choose to release me from it. I am your man, without reservation. This I swear.
Can I ask the dumb question? Why is it every Antivan Crow so far that I've seen, I think it's Lucian and Zevran, are both... How should I phrase this? They are both... I don't know how to describe their voice, but their voices are similar. I don't know how to describe the voice. The voice is just like Antonio Banderas. It sounds like his style of voice. Whatever his voice is, it sounds like that accent. Not so... Not silver-tongued. Though I bet he wish he could use that tongue for other stuff. Puss in Puss 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 in Boots voice. Basically, yeah. I just don't know what that accent is. I want to say it's like Latin, or it's because Antiva is supposed to be Thank you. It's more of a like a Spaniard accent, or like a Latin accent. Wasn't Antonio Banderas also Zorro? If I'm not, no. No? No? I don't think he was. Spaniards, thank you. I thought it was Latin. Red Jenny! We got Red Jenny! Distinguished gentleman voice, you say? No, not quite that. I was just assuming more of a, like, you had it right the first time, Antonio Banderas, or more of a Spaniard voice, but yeah. And I guessed Arlea would be France. It has a French sounding name. I know it's not actually a French or France type name. It just sounds French. Alright, so we got Zac Efron on the team now. Ireland, Scotland, I was gonna say Norway. Like, I was gonna say Ireland, Scotland? Scotland? Scotland, of all places, Scotland. Just a wee bit of the Irish. Just Ireland, Scotland. Why does the accents come out now? I love how the accent just comes out at random. I wouldn't say all, but like a decent amount. Oh, she still got like 100, so we're good on that.
Well, all right.
You actually do bring up a good point. Dwarves from Ireland. Dwarves from Ireland. I could kinda see that. Either Ireland, Scotland, what's that other one that's up north? Near, I want to say Sweden. It's like near Sweden on the map. I can't remember the name of it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Ah, there you are. We have begun
appreciate what you did.
preparations for the ritual. We can start any time.
Oh, it's those three countries that are side by side. I'm drawing a blank, and I can see it on the map. It's over Europe. 1 second. Alright, so the ones I was thinking of is Ireland, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland. Basically mainly those countries. Also maybe like Iceland or Greenland. Like the more northern countries would be like your dwarves, is what I would say, because like stocky stature, super long, thick beards to keep them warm in the cold climates. But like in the mountains of those areas is what I would say. I could see any one of those. Definitely trust guides. Hell no, don't trust no Australian guides. They don't have a sense of danger.
Yes, we haven't sufficient lyrium at present to send more than one mage into the Fade.
Basically, yeah. I could easily see those as dwarven countries. Mainly the mountainous areas of those countries. So yeah, Nordic and Gaelic in culture.
It only works because the child gave himself to the demon willingly. If the demon takes over the host forcibly, we must slay the abomination. We have only enough lyrium for one attempt. I hope you succeed. Such a young lad deserves better than execution.
If we're talking only like strictly elves, humans, dwarves, and that's it, like if we're talking in the terms of, I was about to say Skyrim, if we're talking in the terms of Dragon Age, which would be dwarves, elves, humans, and Quinari, unless there's another one I don't know about, I would say yeah, I could see easily those being predominantly those areas. And maybe like Russia in the colder climate areas, specifically deep in the mountains. I could easily see pretty much all of that area being dwarven areas. Humans, I would see more like the US or like more seasonal areas. Whereas like elves, I would see in like high altitude but warmer climates. So wherever there's high altitude but warm climates, think like the rainforests of Amazon, like think Brazil, so on and so forth, stuff like that, like heavily forested areas that are also very warm. And Quinari, I don't know enough about their culture to give like even a remote idea. Just in general, I don't have enough information to give like even the remote of remote ideas. Dalish elves are from what? Cillian Forest, which I think is supposed to be a mashup of the Black Forest in Germany and Ireland. I could see that, and I could also see like the dwarves and the elves fighting over something like Ireland or Iceland. Like I could easily see that because Iceland has fjords that are similar to the ones in Ireland. So there is that. Also, I was paying attention, so that's why I didn't say Ireland like I usually do. I was paying attention to what I said. Usually, if I'm not paying attention, it comes out apparently differently. But yeah, I could easily see like the elves being in like Ireland or Iceland, and like fighting over territories in those areas because you have the mountains and you also have the lush forests. Like, easily could see that.
It truly depends on the manner of demon. It sounds like a spirit of greed and desire, one of the more powerful in the hierarchy. It will
I need a
likely
snack.
engage you in dialogue and tempt you with an offer. Avoid it. Making deals with demons never turns out well.
There's also Fae in the Iceland areas. The Fae are also in places like Transylvania, or I guess Romania. The Fae are all over, to be honest. Sorry, I meant Romania. I did catch myself though. I did catch myself afterwards after I said Transylvania. I meant Romania, which has the Fae there as well. Well, technically, if we're saying just the Fae, I think your autocorrect spelled Fae wrong, but I could be wrong. But I think it's supposed to be Fae if I'm not mistaken. Unless it is Faye, then I didn't know about that spelling. But like when it comes to the Fae, there's a lot of places that have Fae, like just kind of like baked into their culture. And then you have Fae adjacents, like the yokai of Japan, which I don't know if you would count them as Fae or something completely different or like neighbors to each other. Like, I feel like the yokai of Japan are like distant relatives of the Fae.
Then return when you are ready, but do not tarry.
Terry? Why would I tarry? Ah, thank you.
We are ready to proceed when you are. Very well. I assume you are going into the Fade. Or did you have someone else in mind?
I could send Irving.
Me? Confront the demon? This is a lot to ask.
Oh, God damn it.
What? Me? Are you sure?
Loose a blood mage into the Fade to meet a demon. What if he takes control of it?
I've never done it. I wouldn't even know how.
So you claim. We have no idea how far Jowan's abilities have progressed, or that we can even trust him.
That's fair. Age of Mythology.
Then it must be someone else. Who will go? Good. Let us get the ritual underway, then.
I do think it's funny that I could have sent Irving. That shit would have been hilarious. I wonder what kind of, like, repercussions would have happened if I sent him.
Is that you, Connor? I can hear you. I'm coming.
Father! Where are you? I don't understand. It's so cold. I want to go home.
You there? Have you seen my son? I can hear him, but I cannot find him. This blasted fog has me turning in circles. I am indeed the Earl of Redcliffe. Why would you ask me such a thing? Connor calls for me, and I run to find him, yet always he eludes me. Where is Isolde? Why am I here?
I loved you, Piggy! I loved you!
What? Possessed? Then we must help him. Is that why you're here? I do trust you. We must help my son. But I can never find him in this fog. You must find Connor. Please, I beg you.
Why does the name Connor sound familiar? Thinking like Connor Kent or something like that. That's the only Connor I can think of right offhand. Third time. Well, no. Technically a second time. Because we met him in the basement, got him to flee, but then he came back into the castle, so I guess that's technically a second time? Connor's in Inquisition? Okay, so there is a Connor Kent. Okay. Also, I don't remember Connor in Inquisition, unfortunately. If I did meet him, I don't remember it, unfortunately.
Is anyone out there? Hello? Blessed art thou who exists in the sight of the Maker. Curse this blasted darkness! Why can I see nothing?
Who are you? Are you the one that made Father ill? Tell me now.
Where would I have met Connor in Inquisition? Just genuinely curious, and I might remember it.
No! You're here to hurt Father. I know it. I won't let you.
I think he's having a gender crisis. Oh, you little shit. I'm not coming after you. I'm trying to help you, dumb fuck.
You! You're the one making Father sick! Why do you keep hurting me? Why are you trying to stop me?
And if I were Connor, what would you say to him? You will not find what you seek. Turn back now. I will not speak with you. Trespasser, I will drive you out.
Never resist me! Why are you running?
Why am I running when you just dipped out on me? That makes no sense. I'm not the one running. You are.
I'll help him! You can't stop me! Get out of here!
I'm
You
trying to
have
help you! Trying to help the kid.
Father wanders, seeking me, trapped within my web. All is as it should be. Why must you interfere? Connor invited her to come, and they struck a bargain. She has every right to do as she wishes. No, it is time for you to go now. Do not persist.
He also had a
Things
gender
will go very
crisis
badly.
because he became a woman.
Has some blood on me.
I'm short by about 225, 226 until my next level. I was about to say, I know I didn't put anything into Constitution. But yeah, little dude did get seduced by some titties. Not even big ones, though. She got like some A cups. I was about to say, okay, hold on. How am I still getting +2? I literally have nothing equipped. There's nothing equipped. It says I still have +2. I don't know how I have +2. Is it because Spirit Healer? I guessed as much. I guessed right, apparently.
bitch!
Thank you for the cat love. You get some stats from those spirit fade-based items that you could only pick up as an arcane horror move. Fair enough. Okay, now I have more willpower than I did earlier. So are we just literally going back and forth? Because I feel like all I've done is gone back and... Or not go back and forth. Is she in the ground?
Very well. No more illusions.
Oh, that bad titties.
Face to face. You see my true form and stand in my domain. It is here I am.
Not bad on the titties.
And yet
I'd say they're a solid C.
Nor should you be so eager to engage mine. Perhaps we should converse instead. I am desire. Whatever you creatures of the living world want, I seek to provide. Lust, power, greed. These are my province. Perhaps there are things you wish for. Let us pause and speak of them. It costs nothing but a moment of your time. Ah, good. I prefer reasonable negotiation whenever possible. Your goal is for me to release the
Kofi
boy's
stream
soul.
bot.
Is that right? What if you could persuade me to leave voluntarily? No fuss, no bloodshed. So you will at least consider it? Let me make a proposition then. I abandon the boy. For now. But I retain the contract he and I made. And many years from now, I may return and claim what is mine. This will be long after whatever you want. is done. In exchange, I will provide something of value to you. Something you desire. What say you? I offer much. Power, knowledge, pleasure. What is it you desire?
So I'm assuming this is one way you can get blood magic. Yeah, looking respectfully. I wish we got to see male desire demons. Wasn't that like a thing that was in like the like it was on the storyboard or something like that, or it's like they did like a mock-up of it or something? I could have sworn they did. Too late now, I've already gone in here. Kinda hard to hard save before talking to her.
I see. Though you are alone in my domain, I do not doubt your power. I am not one for taking risks. Have it your way. I relinquish my hold on the boy, if you allow me to leave, unhindered. I can offer nothing better. No, I go and I live. That is the deal. You will pay for this! I will not be destroyed without taking my price out of your soul, creature! I appreciate what you did.
And that's how you do it. Dun, 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 dun. But never in the storyboard art, but never in the games. So the drawing talks about a male desired demon seducing him in the Fade. So, hold on. I want to give my 2 cents on that one real quick. But I want to wait to see how this plays out. Because I don't want to interrupt anything. Oh! A Viking send-off. I think it's a Viking send-off. I'm not entirely sure. If I remember correctly, I think that's a Viking send-off. A burning wake.
So it is over. Connor is his old self. He does not seem to remember anything, which is a blessing. I suppose we will need to send him to the Circle of Magi's tower for training, once the war is over. It's so odd to think of the boy as a mage, of all things. Eamon has much to mourn and rebuild should he recover. But at least he could be thankful that both his son and wife are safe.
I owe you my deepest thanks. I can scarcely believe Connor is the boy he once was.
There is still the matter of Jowan. His poisoning Eamon began this whole mess, yet he lives. I must decide what becomes of him. We will hold him for Eamon to decide his fate. If he doesn't recover, Jowan's fate is sealed. What do you think? You are a mage, and you know his faults better than anyone. I would trust your judgment. I would not trust him, but I would not presume to tell my brother what to do.
Personally, I'd just rather have him released.
Released? Are you mad? Why would you do such a thing?
I agree with Isolde. He's a Maleficar. We cannot simply unleash him on the land and ignore his crimes. Perhaps you are correct. But that is Eamon's decision, not mine. I'm sorry. Jowan stays in the dungeon for now. But our task is not done yet. Whatever the demon did to my brother, it seems to have spared his life, but he remains comatose. We cannot wake him.
The urn. The urn of sacred ashes will save Eamon.
It has been tried, and we will continue trying. Perhaps the demon's absence will make a difference. However, the relic is another option.
My husband funded the research of a scholar in Denerim, a brother Genetivi. He has been studying the inscriptions on Andraste's birth rock. When Eamon fell ill, I sent the knights to speak to Genetivi. I hoped that he had finally discovered the location of the urn of sacred ashes itself. They were unable to locate Genetivi. In desperation, I sent more knights in search of the brother, or some clue of the urn's location.
I must organize Eamon's knights as they return, draft new soldiers, and prepare the army to fight. I shall hand Redcliffe back to Eamon when he awakens, and in a state where it can be of some use in the coming war. Truly, what other choice do I have? Eamon is well respected and powerful. He can pull Ferelden together. If you wish to fight the Darkspawn, you will need him. I have nothing to give you, except, if we are fortunate, my brother and the armies he can muster. But for that, we need the urn. If you wish more, speak with him once he is revived. No one else can. Even if I wished to do it myself, I cannot abandon Redcliffe to its own devices. Perhaps you could seek out the brother's home in Denerim and see if any clues remain on his whereabouts. It is the only place to begin the search, I think. I must go to the hall and begin rebuilding. I wish you luck, and may the Maker go with you.
Anyways, that was weird. So, you said also Dorian talks about a male desire demon seducing him in the Fade. I think, in my opinion, my 2 cents on that is, I feel like it would have been cool to have, like, if you play a male character and say you romance one of the male characters in the game, you get a male desire demon. If you play a male character and you romance one of the female demons, you get romance one of the female options, you get a female desire demon. Same thing if you play as a female character, you romance a woman, you get a female desire demon. If you romance a man, you get a male desire demon. And then, say if you don't romance either, it does a coin flip and it picks one for you at random. You get a 50-50 chance at random of getting a male or female desire demon. I feel like that would have been kind of cool. Because at this point, you clearly started leaning towards one of the companions. At least in my opinion.
It will take years to sort out the castle properly, if we even get the chance.
You're the one who saved me. I remember having a bad dream. There was a very scary lady, but she went away. I hope Father gets better soon. He will, won't he?
So is that the only way you get the blood demon arts? Or not the blood demon arts. The blood magic specialization, is that the only way you can get it? Because if it is, that's stupid. And maybe not everybody's going to get to that point. Where's my cookies? Where's Sarah's cookies? When you need them. That's exactly what I wanted. Exactly. That would have been so fucking cool if they implemented something like that. I'm trying to get some of Sarah's cookies. Don't judge me. I literally looked up, saw Nezuko, and was like, oh, blood demon arts.
There's a lot of work to do if we're to be ready to fight Darkspawn now.
And so I shall. Allow me. I could do that for you. I'll do it.
So far, we're at 40 magic. You said I need at least one level of stealing. Let's see. Yes, exactly that. That's exactly what I wanted. Honestly, don't remember. I just found a trailer for a new game that was just announced that looks really good. It looks like something you would enjoy, and it's co-op. I'd be down to play it with you when it comes out if you're interested. Post it in the gaming section for you to check out later. What's the name of it? I might have already heard of it, to be honest with you.
you sweet and attentive? Redcliffe? I know little of it except that it is the domain of the Earl of Redcliffe. Redcliffe? I wonder how the name came to be. Is the clay here red? There are places in this world where the clay is a bright, strange red, and often, in the legends of such places, it is the red of blood. The blood of 1,000 men slaughtered in battle, or that of an innocent, unjustly slain. It stains the land that it may never be forgotten. Perhaps Redcliffe has one such tale. But I do not know it. Well, aren't you sweet and attentive? As you desire. Allow me. I could do that for you.
I'm betting there's a lot of things you could do for me.
It's done. And so I shall. Lovely. Of course.
It speaks. Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go. No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small enough without further dawdling.
As you desire. Allow me. I could do that for you. Of course. Hey. I shall.
May God bless you, Grey Warden. You've saved us all. You have.
You return. Might you have news? Unchanged, I'm afraid. We've tried more magical healing, but nothing works. As time passes, I become more and more convinced the urn might be our only hope. Yes, but they are returning slowly. No doubt the war's progress, as well as the Darkspawns, hinders many of them. Then I must resume my duties. The civil war continues, and Loghain is no doubt angered Redcliffe has not been disabled. Good luck, my lady. You are a great and noble woman. I hope it continues to go well, for all our sakes.
Hi, the underscore virtuoso underscore Tiger King.
And so I shall.
Potions, please. You have to go to Brother Genetivi's house in Durham. Alright. Also, welcome in, Tiger. Just been a chilly, snowy day. I could only imagine. Playing WWE 2K25 My Rise mode.
They're keeping me here until the Arl revives. If he revives. I suppose that's better than nothing.
Why can't I let him free again?
Of course.
Also, thank you for shouting him out. I think this leads to the front of the castle. Also, I gave up on WWE at like, I think it was like, trying to think of the last good one. I think it was for PS2. Or it might have been PS3, to be honest.
Of course.
Actually, hold that thought.
Of course.
I found the thing I was looking for.
I heard about what happened at Redcliffe. I want to talk to you about it. I wish I'd been there, but no, I'm not upset about that. I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Arl's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. Well, it makes me feel good that at least we were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Arl that much. You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not Tuesday, is it?
Did that motherfucker just
I
say
appreciate what you
Tuesday
did.
instead of Tuesday? He said Tuesday. What the fuck? Nothing leveled up.
Well, all right.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me. I'm sure you... Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of ears? I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount. You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the... I'm sure you'll be... You and and your friends are formidable I'm sure.
Am I missing something? For some reason, I can't buy or sell from him. One second. I don't know what I did with the mod, but for some reason,
Anything I can
he's
do
bugged
for you,
out.
please. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Fucking this works. Enchantment works.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. Well, if you're really interested, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to tell you. I am originally from Orzammar, the famed dwarven city that lies beneath the stately Frostback Mountains. I was a merchant there, too. Merchant caste. These things are in the blood, you know. You can't just leave them behind. I ran a fairly successful business. Rare artifacts, you know. Old things, grand things. The nobles loved them. Reminded them of the lost glory days, I suppose. One day, a noble woman came to my store. She looked around for a bit and then started shrieking in dismay. Apparently, she believed that a pair of braces I had for sale once belonged to her brother. He'd been lost in a cave-in, you see, while on an expedition to clear out the Darkspawn from one of the tunnels running close to the city. They were made specially for him. They're unique, she shrieked. He stole them from my poor brother's corpse. She had me arrested on the spot, of course. Nobles, they're touchy like that. Well, I didn't steal them. You see, I'd been paying these castless thugs to venture out into the deep roads for me. The lost tigers. They're full of things that people left behind. Sometimes you can find a treasure. Something worth a little gold. The noblewoman, she wasn't too happy with the theft of her brother's braces. I don't know what they planned for me, and I didn't want to find out. Bribed the guard that was watching me and took off for the surface first opportunity I got. Never looked back. Yes, here I am. Now, is there anything the boy or I can get you? Look, we don't rob people, all right? We don't take things from people that need them. The things in the Lost Tigers, what good did they do lying there? I brought them back to Orzammar, where people could look at them and remember. It's not all that different up here. There are places long abandoned by the humans everywhere. Even more now with the Darkspawn coming. People flee from the Blight with good reason, but they forget things. Things with value and meaning. They leave them behind because they're frightened and desperate. And sometimes, my boy and I, we find our way to these places before the Horde descends, and we save these things. I take them away so the Darkspawn don't get them. Is that so bad? They destroy everything they touch. That's what I tell myself, too. Ah, these are dark times indeed. Dark times, my friend. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay, he is definitely bugged out, and I don't know why. I tried to get the DLC, didn't work, and now I can't use him anymore. I can say this, I've never used DoorDash before. I've never used Uber Eats either. I also never used Stream Treats, because that's another thing that I could use. 'tis what it is. Oh no, I've heard good things about Uber Eats. It's just I've never used them because obvious reasons. So like Sandal is good. Bowden Freddy is bad for some reason. I've had friends say they get Uber Eats all the time but never DoorDash. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
This is my mother's amulet. It has to be. But why isn't it broken? Where did you find it? Oh, the Arl study? Back when Arl Eamon told... So, he must have found it and had it repaired. Why would he do that? I'll need to talk... Anyhow...
Is the audio off for y'all?
Enchantment?
Something on your mind?
It only happens
Well,
from...
aren't you sweet and attentive? I thought you'd never ask.
Ooh la la. Alright, Zac Efron, what you got to talk about?
Here I am. Oh, this should be good. Go ahead. Well, the Crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training. The sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field. Now, it need not be thought of so crudely. We all do our share of murdering around here, don't we? An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler. I do. It is not something inherent in an assassin's skills, however, merely something complementary. Of course, the Crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we? Hmm?
Why did he disapprove that I wanted to learn about the assassins? Kinda odd.
You have excellent taste. You have excellent taste.
I don't know anything anymore. I didn't know Uber Eats actually had a customer service line. Well, not surprising. So there is that. Also, done with subscription services. I've never used them in the first place. DoorDash and... Yeah, I never liked DoorDash in the first place, and I never wanted to use them. Unfortunately, Xbox is following suit in that department of the fuckery. Unfortunately, no, I never did. I'm not surprised you haven't deleted your DoorDash account way earlier. To be honest. I can't remember a single positive or successful usage of them. Like, okay, for Uber Eats, how often do you get, like, a good service? Like, would you say half the time or more than half? Okay, hold on. When you say the voices are out of sync, like, is it, like, bad out of sync, or is it, like, slightly? Sorry, this whole DoorDash experience has made me really miserable. I'm sorry to hear that. My Game Pass Uber Eats is, like, 80%. Well, that's not bad. 80%'s pretty good, in my opinion. Really good for a food delivery service. Not only just slightly. No, only just slightly. Let me try something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I tried resetting the entire PC. Hopefully that fixed the audio issue.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead. Well, the crows would have you believe that it is a survived. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well... I don't know about that. It's simply a slightly different skill set from your average killer, as I see it. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler. See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
Well, at least I didn't get any negative credit for him. What do you want?
Your dog is filthy. I can smell him 50 yards off. That may be so, but all the same, I would like your permission to bathe him. Excellent. I will get my soaps, and the dog shall have his bath after supper.
I didn't lose, like, favor with the dog, did I? Okay, good.
Yes, it is good to have my sword at my side again. I call her Asala, the soul, my soul. She is forged from rare blue steel and has served me faithfully for many years. Yes, you understand what it is like to have a weapon that is part of you. Few others do.
Oh, because, like, fangs, claws, stuff of that nature. That makes sense for a dog. 1 second.
Yes.
Alright, we're gonna try him out for shits and giggles. And...
Indeed.
How? Or...
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kalen's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn.
Why does he sound familiar?
Proposed your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! Not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father.
He sounds
we
like,
cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kalen?
The... what's that fucker's name
Kalen's death
from
was his own.
Home Alone and Rocky Horror Picture Show? Tim Curry, thank you. I knew the movies he was in, I just didn't know his, the actor's name. I knew him from Home Alone and... it might have been Home Alone 2. But it was a Home Alone and... I just said it. Fuck, what is it called? Home Alone and... Frankfurter from, Rocky Horror Picture Show.
For more darkspawners.
Try not to look too incompetent. It's embarrassing.
How delightful! And so I shall. Lovely.
Oh, there's pumpkins!
Well, all right.
I'm taking these apprentices to Redcliffe. The first enchanter says you need every able-bodied mage for the war. They're young, but capable enough, as you saw.
I didn't really see much because I blew everything up. I didn't really see much, no offense. Not entirely sure how to help, but hopefully feel better soon.
Hi, Duckster 2003.
DuckTales, woohoo! How you doing, Ducky? Hopefully having a wonderful day tonight there, Duck. Ducky. Ducky, ducky. He's a lucky ducky. He's a very lucky ducky. He's a very lucky ducky. I'm doing pretty good. Just kind of relaxing, playing Origins.
Thank the Maker, my brother and his family made it out alive. He said that the Darkspawn.
I admit, for a while, I didn't think either of us would survive. It's good to see you did.
Oh no, you're good. Rest is more important, okay? Always understand, your rest is more important.
You mean about helping me leave? I wouldn't hold you to that. You've already done so much for us. What do you have in mind? Travel with you? That sounds very dangerous. I don't think a woman like me would do well in that sort of life. I appreciate your offer, but I don't think I can do that. That could get me to Denerim. What would you want in return for such a gift? Thank you. I can never repay this, but I'll think of a way. I swear.
Do I actually lose 700? I do lose 700. I'm at 500. I'm okay to lose 500. It's not like I got I was gonna say 15,000. I have 150,000.
It won't be much longer until those monsters get...
If it isn't the hero of the day, what can I get you? Right, I've got some supplies too.
You have nothing I want.
Greetings, milady. Ah, don't mind us. Just talk, that's all. Looks like the fighting is finally...
But no, I understand you not being able to stop by the stream. Well, at least that long of a stream, especially if you, like, overworked yourself. I appreciate you also, unless you're talking to Ducky. Then regardless, I still appreciate you. Excuse me.
My Valena returned. She told me of your daring rescue. I can't begin to tell you how grateful I am. Take this. A reward for your deed. It's dwarven made and should serve you well. That's even kinder of you. Thank you again. I'm forever in your debt.
Oh, my bad. I misunderstood. I didn't know. God damn it. Now I feel like a dumbass. I was gonna say, why isn't his weapons on fire?
What is it?
I need to set up your tactics. Oh, also, I need to give him a heal. Honestly, I don't see why not. Also, um, I I'm really starting to fall asleep. Um, hold on. So I could have just fast traveled from anywhere. I didn't have to keep going to the door.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. I'm sure you'll be pleased.
I don't even know why I travel with that little fucker anymore. Doesn't sell me anything. Alright, we're gonna save it here. I'll admit, I've been trying to stay awake the last few minutes, and that's why I ate so many damn cookies to wake up. But that didn't work. Honestly, I'm about ready to pass the fuck out. I'll admit I have a like ever so slight mild headache growing. I will say I feel like I'm getting better at, well, I don't know about better, but it's getting easier to use this voice. So, taking care of myself is one thing. Actually, no, sorry. Saying to take care of myself is one thing. Doing the thing to take care of myself is another. Also, Ducky, what do you think of this voice? Because I've been using this lately when I'm on stream, at least. Just genuinely curious. What are your thoughts on basically me using this voice on stream? Excuse me.